Hi guys, it's Richard Butler from Internet Business Demystified, and today I'm reviewing a lifetime deal from Appsumo called Gohire. Now, it's quite an interesting product, and first let me tell you that it's interesting because it is really focusing on a very specific market, and that is for companies who are looking to improve and really excel in their recruitment process and hiring process. Now, before I start the review, let me tell you that I've worked within the recruitment industry for the last 7 years. So when I saw this deal, I thought, okay, I'm going to put this through its paces because I know what a good hiring process is about and I know what is needed. So let's talk about the hiring process first before I get into the review. For many small companies, there's two options. There's do it yourself or hire a recruitment agency. The do-it-yourself option is the cheapest, but unless you have a very good process, it can get out of hand. Why? Because most companies will post on a job board, they'll receive applications. These applications will come in possibly as an email. They'll create a folder, they'll store the emails and the CVs somewhere. They'll then try and manage the whole hiring process, which is screening, interviews, offers, etc. And how do they manage that? They manage it with an Excel spreadsheet. And then they have a lot of candidates. And then they try and do interviews and record interview feedback. And then they think which candidate is which. And it gets completely and utterly messy. So what do? The next time they want to hire, they go to a recruitment agency. The recruitment agency do a fantastic job, but they charge a few dollars for this. So what Gohire allows you to do is become a lot more efficient with your recruitment and hiring process because they're allowing you to use basically what is called in the business an applicant tracking system or an ATS. But this ATS does everything for you from actually posting the job to allowing people to apply for the job right through to job placement. And what they're doing today is they're offering this as a lifetime deal for $49. Now, I can tell you that $49 will not get you time with a recruitment consultancy firm because the consultancy firms will normally either charge an upfront fee, which could be a couple of $100 plus, or they will offer a system where you pay a commission when they actually find the right candidate. So what Gohire is offering here is lifetime access to their enterprise plan, unlimited jobs, custom domain, which means that what you can actually do is you can have your own job page on your website like careers.mydomain.com, which looks really professional. 24/7 support, applicant tracking system, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. Secure and UK stored data, candidate screening, importing, free online job posting, recruit anywhere, all future updates to the enterprise plan. So this sounds really, really good. So let me just flip over to the screen here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move myself over here. And this is the dashboard here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to create a new job. So I'm going to call this is team member Richard. I'm going to call the job title, this is the first thing I like. As I type the job, it comes up with suggested job titles. Okay, so I can use this. Now, not only does it suggest the job title, but it actually suggests a template for the description. Because you see, one of the key things when writing and publishing a job ad is being able to write it in such a way that entices the candidate. Because you have to remember that the candidate is looking to be enticed into applying for your job. Because there's many jobs out there. How are you going to bring the candidate in? So I would say yes to the template. And of course, what you can then do is you can actually go in and you can change this job description and fit it into your needs. Okay, but it starts off, nice description, responsibilities, requirements. Okay, I love that, first of all. You're going to put it in the city. So I'm going to put in that this is in Dublin. I'm going to put in that it's in Dublin. I'm going to put in that it's in Ireland. And then I just put in a postcode here. And I put in the salary. So let's say this is 50,000. Now, the first problem that a lot of companies can experience when they post a job on a job board or when they post on their website is that they get thousands of applicants. And I literally mean that, thousands of applicants. So what you can do with this system is you can put in screening questions, which should cut down the number of applicants. Now, screening questions, no matter whether you use on this system or a custom built system, etc., do have one challenge, and that challenge is that people can lie on them. But at least what you can do with these screening questions is you can put them in. So I'm just going to put this in as a single choice question. So type your question. Do you have more than 10 years experience? And I just put in yes, okay, or no. Add question. Okay, question type here. I'm going to say multiple choice. Sorry, I'm going to go for single choice again. Have you worked in an international environment? No. Okay. I press continue, and I don't want to post this to any job boards here. So I'm going to just disable all of these because obviously this is just a sample job and I don't want it going off to job boards here. Okay, I simply click create new job. Now it says your digital marketing strategist job is currently awaiting approval. It can take 48 hours to get your job approved. That is fine. Now the first thing I would do is I could go to share job here. Now, with the Appsumo deal, one of the things that you can actually do is you can change this URL here so that it could be jobs.mydomain.com. So if I just go here to Gohire and I put in paste there, what you're going to see is this is my actual job page. Super clean, super easy to read. And with the Appsumo deal, as I said, you're going to be able to change the URL. Now, as a candidate, what I can do is I can click on apply now. So this is the beauty of the system, that it has a whole candidate portal as well. This little box comes up. Now, what's really great about Gohire is that it does, it helps you with the whole process of managing the candidate, but it also allows the candidate to apply for the job in a very professional manner. So let me just apply for this job. I'm just going to put in some fake information here and a fake phone number. Now, so as a candidate, I will put in my my headline: experienced digital marketer. Then, what I would do is I would put in my cover letter, dear sir. I would then scroll down. And I could actually add my resume. So I'm just going to put anything here. But this is just a website blurb for somebody. Now, these are my screening questions here. So I can say, yes, I have more experience, or no, I don't. So I'm going to say yes to that. And do you have you worked in an international environment? Well, obviously that should be a yes/no question as well. And I'm just going to click on submit. Okay, and it says please choose an answer for have you worked for an international environment. So I'm going to put in a selection there. Obviously I should think through the questions and make sure that my yes/no answers there. Now application sent, and then I could create an account and view my application here. So I'm just going to choose a password. And what this will allow me to do is it will allow me to see all of the events here. So if I have actually any messages from the hiring manager, if I have any events, which are interviews, etc. So let me just go back to the hiring interface. So I'm back here on my email, and the system is going to process the application that I just sent in. But here's a test application that I did for another job that I'd set up. So it tells me new applicant for content marketing manager. And when I go in, it tells me, okay, Richard Butt has just applied for your vacancy, and I can view the profile. When I go back into my Gohire dashboard, I can see here that it tells me all of the candidates that have applied, and it gives me the source, which is really interesting because you can then run a report and see which job board is actually pulling in more applicants for you. And here it says Gohire. What I would do is I would just click here, and I can see all of the information about the actual candidate. I can see their contact information. I can see the screening questions. I can add a note here. I can save that. And then I can review their CV or resume. I can see any emails. Okay, and I could start typing an email. Richard seems very interesting. I am going to schedule an interview. So I go in here, I send the interview. I send the email. I can select an event here, and I can say event type. I'm going to do a pre-screening call. I have the time here, and I'm going to say it's at 7:55. The end time is going to be 8:10. Attendees, Richard Butler. Okay, candidate message, Richard. Let's have a quick call today. Okay, so send the invitation, and that goes off. Now, what should happen is the candidate should then receive messages. If I go back into my candidate profile here, I can actually see the messages. If I go into events, it says you've been invited to attend a call with Richard Butler. You can accept the invitation or send a company message to rearrange the event. So if I click accept, I press accept, and when I go back into my hiring screen, I should see that that event has been accepted. It tells me that this has been accepted here. Okay. Now, the final thing then is that when I actually want to offer that job, I can send an offer here. So this means that I've done all my interviews, I'm happy with the candidate. I click send an offer. Okay. Richard, we are pleased to offer you the job. And send offer. Offer sent, and then we will see whether the candidate actually accepts. Now, if I just close off this screen here, I can see everything here. Now that's a very, very simple and very quick overview of what Gohire can do, but it can do a lot more. So if I see the calendar here, I can see all of the events that are going to happen, etc. Now I do have an option here called Add Pipeline Stage. And what this allows me to do is it allows me to set up a pipeline of, for example, people I want to call, screening. Then I can also add a pipeline of interview 1 and interview 2, and then shortlist. So I can actually push my candidates through that pipeline there, and then I can see how many people I did a call screening for, how many people went to interview 1, how many people went to interview 2, etc. Now, what's the reason for doing that? Well, if I have a similar position, what I can actually do is I could go back to the job here and I could see what people reached interview 2 stage, and then I could put them forward for a similar position if I had a similar position. So this is really an all-encompassing system because, as I said, I've worked in the recruitment industry. I know how difficult recruitment can be for small businesses. I know how difficult recruitment process can be even for recruitment firms and consultants, and how to consolidate all the information and all the data. And this is really doing everything for you. So a system like this can cost thousands, and obviously if a company are only doing maybe 10 hires a year, that's very expensive. But they're also quite complex, they're quite bulky, etc. Whereas this is just perfect and it's streamlined. Now the final thing to show you here is we have the page designer. What we can do here is I can create my own careers pages here. Now I can actually attach it to my website, so it's careers.mydomain.com. Okay, I can change the branding, etc., and then it looks very professional like this. To me, as a professional from the recruitment industry, I really do think if you're doing a lot of hiring, if you're currently maybe working with a consultancy firm and you'd like to do this yourself but have always been fearful of it, Gohire really is the software for you. If you look in the description or the comments, you'll find a link to special pricing for Gohire. I recommend that you grab this as soon as possible because I'm not sure how long it's going to last at that price. And enjoy your hiring process. This is Richard Butler from InternetBusinessDemystified.com.